the one whom you love is ill." That was the message that the sisters, Mary and Martha, sent to Jesus. Their brother Lazarus, whom they loved, had fallen ill. They were deeply concerned. They sent a message to Jesus, "The one whom you loved is ill." Those are words which would cause our own hearts to feel anxious in the era in which we find ourselves living, as this horrible virus claims more and more victims across the globe. It's no wonder that those sisters sent the message they did, and Jesus came, and Jesus responded first by weeping. At a time like this, it's good for us to be reminded that when we weep, God weeps with us. But the verses that we heard in this powerful story from John's Gospel, the verses do not begin and end with Jesus weeping. There is a time for weeping, but we also learn that there is a time for the glory of God. Jesus does not cure Lazarus. Jesus brings Lazarus back to life in a very particular way. We do not get words about Lazarus that are to do with resurrection or even resuscitation. They come to the place where he has been buried for 4 long days, 4 days of weeping for the sisters. And Jesus tells Lazarus to come out, and Jesus tells the community around Lazarus to unbind him. Brave gay friends of mine have told me that when you come out, the world is different, and the world was very different on that day in Bethany. Lazarus comes out and he is unbound. He is set free. In that powerful story, we hear a message of God calling us to be set free from the fear, to be set free from the anxiety, to be set free from all that binds us, living the full and abundant lives to which God calls us. That does not mean that sickness will vanish overnight. It does not mean that death will not be something which we experience. But the sisters sent a message to Jesus. And in this era and throughout our lives, we should never be shy of sending our own messages to Jesus, for we know that God is compassionate, that God suffers with us, and we also learn that God will bring us resurrection and life which is both abundant and eternal. And even in a time of great stress and anxiety, that is the ultimate good news, that nothing can stop or prevent unbinding our own lives.